some new secrets, maybe some new tips. Okay, so first of all, your menstruation or period or your cycle will be about like 28 days, that you probably know already, right? Because the full cycle is around 28 days and your hormones changed based on what cycle you are in. This means that your energy will change, your strength, recovery, hunger, and cravings as well. It will not be the same every single week. So if you try to train and eat the same way every single day of the month, then you will feel frustrated. You will be questioning yourself, like, what's going on with my body? Why I feel different today than I felt yesterday, and so on. So let's quickly walk through the stages of your cycle. Okay, so the menstrual phase is when you are bleeding and your energy will be super low, and you might have cramps, you might be super weak, you might not have any energy, and that's the time when we don't want to push any PRs. Okay, your body is using a lot of internal energy, and we don't want to stress the body even more, because let's be honest, we are getting ready to get pregnant, to have a baby in this kind of period, in these couple days. So your body is going through a lot of changes internally, so we need to respect that. Then we are going into the follicular phases, I can't even say that, and that's when your hormone starts to raise, your energy will come back, and then you will feel a little bit stronger, and you will feel like, wow, I can lift so much heavier, then I don't have a lot of cravings, like, wow, like the life is beautiful, like what's going on, I love everyone. This is the best phase of the month ever, and I want you to use this phase to actually build those toned muscles. This is the time when we are actually pushing to PRs, because that's when your body is really on top of the mountain, like, you know what I'm saying? So we definitely need to use this phase towards our advantage. That's when you can do a lot of meal prepping, that's when you can do a lot of cleaning in your house, that's when you can, prep everything that you need. This is the time to actually organize yourself. Then we are going into the ovulation, which is very similar. That's the peak energy, the same. So your confidence will be super high. So if you are planning some dates, or if you are planning maybe to go see someone, or you want to get sexy, you want to wear really nice dresses, this is the time when you will feel super sexy. And that's going to be your strongest phase. So basically in the follicular, I want you to slowly increase your PRs. And then in the ovulation phase, that's when you will be hitting the PRs like crazy. Okay, you badass queen, because we ain't playing small in those 2 weeks. Then we are going into the luteal phases, and that's when your progesterones go up. Progesterone, you know what I mean, goes up, and then your recovery will be slower. You might feel a little bit more tired, you might feel a little bit more hungry, you might feel a little bit more emotional, you know what I mean? And this is where most women think they are doing something wrong, but you are not. You are not. That's just your body responding to this kind of cycle. And you need to understand what's going on. So I would definitely like you to track your period, your cycle on a daily basis. When you got your period, when is it finishing, so we can kind of plan everything ahead. So let's talk about cravings, because that's coming up in the check-ins quite a lot. Like, what do I do when I am having those cravings because I am on my period? I want to eat chocolates, I want to eat salty foods, and that's completely normal. Again, we are going through a lot of things, and your body just needs a little bit more energy. Okay, so it's not just that you are not disciplined, or maybe you are not motivated enough. That's just your body talking for you. Okay, sometimes we cannot, sometimes we cannot really manage it. Sometimes the body is stronger than our mind. So we need to understand why is it happening and what we can do to support the body, to support the hormones. So we will still have the cravings, but how can we, how can we go around the cravings? How can we work with the cravings rather than against it? Okay, because what is happening with the cravings is your progesterone goes up, and your body is actually burning slightly more calories because of the hormonal changes, and your blood sugar is less stable than normally That's why you want the chocolate, you want the carbs, you want the salty foods. It's not a weakness, it's a biology. Okay. So the problem is actually when you are trying to fight these cravings. So what you can do, I want you to always make sure that when you are about to get your period, you have something in your fridge, something baked. Maybe you can bake some chocolate brownies that are high in protein. Maybe you can do some chocolate overnight oats. Maybe you can bake some cheesecakes with a lot of cottage cheese or quark or twaroch. Maybe you can make some salted popcorn. Maybe you can, just make something that you are always craving. Just have it ready in your fridge and then put it into my app and then track it kind of for the future. So you know that you will get those cravings, have this brownie ready, you know that you will have that snack for those cravings, and it's already tracked as well. So in your head, you will feel more calmer, you will feel like you are on track, you are under control, and you know what's gonna happen. So you are still seeing amazing results. And then what I want you to also do is to eat regularly every 3-4 hours. Please don't do fasting, okay? We are not here to fast. We are not here to do any keto. We are not here to restrict ourselves. Your body is very clever. And if you're going to start fasting, then you will eat it later or you will eat it the next day. And then you will feel more guilty and more frustrated, which that's something that we want to avoid. So I want you to always focus on carbs. Carbs is something that your body is actually needing right now. So focus maybe on banana and oats. So overnight oats for your morning, then maybe have some potatoes with I don't know, beef. Maybe you can make some kind of like a potato nachos. Maybe you can have sushi. Maybe you can have, I don't know, sweet potatoes and salmon, or maybe mashed potatoes with a burger patty, something that you will like. Just make sure that you have carbs in every single meal, because that will actually help you to feel more energized and to avoid any cravings. Then I want you to always focus on the protein. 30 to 40 grams of protein in every single meal. Okay, I don't want to see the breakfast that is like 5 grams of protein. No, that will actually make sure that you will be craving a lot of sweets, and we don't want that. So always have 30 to 40 grams per meal if you want to see faster results. And you don't need to think about what kind of like 5 different protein sources I need to get. No, you can just increase the protein serving that you are just eating. So for example, if you are eating 100 grams of Greek yogurt, just increase it to 200 grams of Greek yogurt. If you are eating 150 grams of cottage cheese and it's still like 20 grams, then add more of the cottage cheese. You know what I'm saying? So you don't need to overcomplicate it. Just increase the servings, okay? Or maybe if you are normally using just half scoop of the protein powder, just use the whole proper scoop of the protein powder. That's all. That's simple as that, okay? Then I want you to focus maybe on dark chocolate. So if you are craving something sweet, have a dark chocolate. Just track the 1 piece or 2 pieces in my app. So we are making sure that it's still locked and we are still eating the chocolate. Or maybe just bake something with it. Maybe put it in the, with a little bit of milk and then coat some strawberries into the chocolate. Just let it dry and then boom, you have strawberry coated in chocolate as a snack. Boom, that's beautiful. Or maybe you can have some overnight oats with chocolate on top that is melted. So you can get creative. You don't need to restrict yourself. Just make sure that you are tracking everything. Even if you will go over your calories on those days, I still want to see that, because we want to see how your body is fluctuating during those times when you have the cycle, when you have your period, and what maybe you ate, what made you to feel, bloated, maybe why you are not losing the weight, and so on. So we always need to track, even if you will go over your calories. And I want you to also drink more water, because your body generally goes through a lot of changes. So again, we need to support your hormones. We need to feel more energized. And that comes down to adding salt. So make sure that you are adding salt to every single meal. And if you are cooking at home and you are not maybe using a lot of salt for your lunch or breakfast, maybe have a salt in your water with some lemon. That will give you electrolytes. You will have more energy. You will feel more hydrated. You will sleep better. You will not have that many cravings. So definitely salt is the king. Okay. How to eat? Well, I want you to focus on simple things. I want you to still eat the foods that you really love. Obviously, you will experience more hunger, maybe more cravings, and I want you to listen to your body. So there is no perfect science like this week you need to do this or the next week. These are just kind of guidelines. So basically, when you have your period, you will want to eat more comfort foods. You will want to eat more fried foods, maybe chocolate, salty foods. Just make it more macro friendly. So if you are craving some fried foods, maybe make homemade burger with baked potatoes. So you will kind of fake it that you have McDonald's, let's say. Or if you are craving something sweet, maybe make a homemade Greek yogurt ice cream with vanilla drops, some chocolate pieces inside. Boom, you have ice cream vanilla with chocolate pieces. So you can always make some nice meals around your menstrual week. Basically, that's when you will feel the weakest. So we definitely need to support that with the food. Then we going to the follicular and ovulation. That's when you are super strong. So I want you to really focus on carbs before your workout and after the workout, because that's when we are focusing on building the muscles, getting that toned look, increasing your metabolism, and everything will work really well if we're gonna nail down the carbs around your workouts and high fats around your dinner. That's when your body will perfectly work in this cycle, basically. Then we are going into the luteal phases, which is before your period. So again, you will feel a little bit more hungry. So we want to divide those carbs into every single meal. So for example, in the previous one, it was more high carb ready around your workout. So we can push really heavy PRs, we can get toned, we can build the muscles. And then before your period, that's when we have smaller carbs portions, like 4 times a day. So your breakfast, lunch, snack, and dinner. That's when your blood sugar will stabilize. You will sleep good as well. You will feel more energized through the whole day. And think maybe like rooted veggies would be really good, dark chocolates again, Greek yogurt. And we are kind of moving into the comfort foods like for your period. So basically what is happening or what is changing is we want to focus on 2 weeks, kind of more comfort foods, more macro-friendly fake away foods like the homemade burgers, maybe homemade pizzas, homemade ice creams, brownies, protein brownies, and stuff like that. And then for your follicular and ovulation, those 2 weeks is when we are going super heavy. A lot of rice, a lot of potatoes, a lot of banana, a lot of oats, so we can build the muscles properly. Then how to train. That's when I see a lot of mistakes as well. And a lot of girls are actually messaging me, hey, I wasn't really strong on this exercise and so on. Again, that's completely normal. You just need to listen to your body. Sometimes when I'm on my period, I am not too strong as well to hit PRs during the week. That's when I don't want you to hit the PRs when you've got your period. That's when you are kind of maintaining your weight or maybe going even lighter. Like, you showed up to the gym, which is already a win. You just need to stretch a little bit more, maybe warm up a little bit more, maybe spend more time on a treadmill just to get more steps in. You don't need to do any heavy lifting during your period. So what we want to focus on is drop the weight if you want to, if you are not feeling strong. So drop the weight by like 70% and focus more on higher reps. So if that says in my app 8 repetitions and you just drop the weights, so you can maybe do 10 or 12 repetitions. Just make a note in my app that you are on your period so I know. So I will not, tell you to lift heavier next time, which will happen anyway, because then we are going into the strength 2 weeks of our cycle. And that's when you will hit those PRs, no negotiable. So I always want you to take a screenshot of your PRs and post it into the Badass group. Okay, cool. Can we agree on that? Because I want to celebrate you. I want to celebrate how strong you are. Then we are going into the easy week as well. You will feel that your energy will drop. So that's completely normal. And again, I want you to maybe lift like 80 to 90% of the weight that you've been lifting the week before. So always listen to your body. Try the heavy weights. If you feel like it's too heavy, drop the weights, and then just continue. If you feel like you can go stronger, then add the weights. Make sure that your form is correct, actually, because if your form will not be correct, you will injure yourself. That's why I want you to always send me your form videos so I can make sure that you are correctly lifting. We are not gonna injure yourself, and we're gonna see faster and really good results. So let me know your biggest takeaways after you're gonna watch this, and if that was helpful, because I want you to get super toned, I want you to get super confident. So let's fucking go. I believe in you, and I know we can achieve so much more. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully it was valuable.